Hi everyone, welcome back to Yellow Cottage Soapery. Today I am remaking a soap I made quite a while ago that was really popular. It's called Rainbow Wishes, and the fragrance is fresh lime, pineapple, orange, raspberry, and vanilla. And I thought I'm changing up the design from what I did before. I made these little, these little rainbows. And all I did was use melt and pour, and I layered the melt and pour in just a little silicone mold. And then what I did was I just kind of cut a piece the long way, and then I folded in half to make the rainbow. Now they were a little bit tall, so what I did next was just kind of cut them a little bit so that the rainbow was a little bit cuter and smaller. And then I had a bunch of these extra pieces, a whole cup of them, cup of rainbows. So the base of the soap is gonna be white. I'm gonna do half with some of these pieces in it, I think. And then of course the rainbows will go on the top. And for the other part, I think it's gonna be the bottom part, a white base, and I'm going to use all of the neon colors that I used to make the rainbows, and maybe just do a little bit of color of each into the white. So I don't think I'm going to need the rest of this. If I feel like I need more pieces, I will cut this, but I think I'm good. I just wanted to show you guys how I made the rainbows. So I have all my cups set out to do my I guess there's six colors, so I need one more cup. That's a lot of colors, but I'm only doing a tiny bit of each. And then on the top, I'm gonna zoom out, I'm sorry guys. On the top, I'm not doing any kind of piping because this fragrance, I've used it a million times, doesn't set up very quickly, so I would be waiting forever. And so I'm just gonna kind of layer some white soap on the top and then put the rainbows in. So that's my plan. My clay and everything is mixed up in here already, so I'm going to go ahead and add my lye water solution. And I did do a little bit more of a water discount just because this fragrance does slow down trace. Now if you're not a soap maker and don't know what that means, when you calculate your oils and butters in a lye calculator, it tells you how much lye and water you need. And the less water you use, the quicker your soap will get harder, and the more it sets up when you're making it because there's not as much water. So I normally do a discount, but I did a little bit steeper discount with this one. I didn't save any out to kind of put, you know, globule, like puffy things on the top. I had forgotten, so I'm just going to use my long extend a spoon that I haven't used in forever and just kind of, I don't know, make little, just to give it a little bit of texture. And when I see one of the little embeds, I'm just going to push them down in so they don't show on the top. It's not really a huge deal, but this is the texture of the soap where I could sit and play with it all day. And this, like I said, this fragrance takes forever to set up, so I don't really have time. I've got to make dinner, and Mackenzie has a friend over and they asked for fettuccine, so I literally ran to the store waiting for this to thicken up, and I got back and it still was like this. So I'm just going to kind of give it a little bit of swirly on the top. And then I'm going to go ahead and place the rainbows. Now, I measured out, because my bars are about 1 inch wide, I actually took a little bit of the batter off and stuck it in here, and these will be given as samples, and stuck a little rainbow in them, because I'm worried that with the rainbows on this and then the embeds inside, that it might be a little too tall for my log splitter, and I definitely don't want to cut it by hand because I'm terrible at doing that. So I marked off 1 inch all the way down my mold, and then the width on the side. So now I'm just going to go ahead and place the rainbows. I'm going to go ahead and cut Rainbow Wishes, and this is the inside. I like how you can see the little pieces that I put in. I did cut the first loaf, and I decided that I was going to cut this one laying down, because when you cut it this way and you have embeds in the top, it kind of drags down a little bit. I mean, it doesn't hurt the soap, but it will leave like a little bit of a drag mark. So I'm going to cut it on its side to see if it makes any difference. And that one you just see a little swirl, you don't see any of the pieces, which I figured would happen in some of them. I kind of wished that I had used more white when I added the pieces. I think you would have been able to see them a little better. And this one really doesn't have any either. We are supposed to, I'm in Myrtle Beach, and we are supposed to get possibly snow tonight again, which we go years and don't get any snow. And then they said this year that it's one of the coldest times, or one of the coldest winters that we've had in a long time. And the kids have already missed a couple of days. Well, Lindsay has a couple of days of school, and I know a lot of other places down here have too. We may not get as much as they do inland, but they do, if they close schools. Geez, you can't see any pieces in there either. What the world is going on? I forget what I was saying. Oh, inland gets more than us, and, you know, some of the kids come from there to school here, so the buses can't run. Oh, that one's kind of cool. You can see a couple pieces. It's different. It's not like, woohoo, you know, amazing or anything, but it smells good. I guess that's what's important. It's bright and cheerful. That one's kind of cute too. Oh, it's fun, I think. They're fun colors. And I have so many new fragrances, and I had to order a couple that, like oatmeal milk and honey and black raspberry vanilla, that I use all the time. So I figure I'll order a few more. So I have all these fragrances that I need to test. Aren't those so cute up there? Rainbow. I cut the outer loaf and I was like, this isn't that great. It didn't really turn out how I wanted, but the middle loaf is a little better. The heat is making my blind strings tick. I don't know if you can hear it. It's annoying. Okay, so I'm going to be testing some newer fragrances. So my husband and I made a smaller mold. It's half the size as the wooden one that I use like for this. And so it'll make half the bars, usually about 12, I'm thinking. So I've already made my recipe for it. And so I'm going to be making a little bit smaller loaves. It doesn't give me as much room to pipe, but, ooh, that one's really cool. It doesn't give me as much room to pipe, but the point is testing some fragrances. So yeah, I'm going to be making a little bit smaller batches. Look at all the little teeny tiny drop swirl in there. I almost swirled it too. I really debated whether to swirl the bottom part. Okay, these are honkin' pieces. That one, and this one is a honker one. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.